Ready?
Okay.
Okay, I think the microphone's on this end. We're with Laura McBain, and we're inside an escape room. How did this come to happen?
About 2 years ago, we experienced an escape room. They're starting all over the country and over the world. And what does it look like when people get locked in a room? And what are the skills and competencies they need to get out of this room? And our question was, what would this look like in education? And so we got together with our folks from the Hewlett Foundation and Business Innovation Factory and decided to hack our way towards building what we like to call the deeper learning escape room. And so today, before all this, we all visited a bunch of escape rooms to experience what it looks like. I've been to ones in Australia. I've been to ones in Rhode Island and California and all these different places to experience it ourselves. And then today, we took about 25 people this morning to the Austin escape room. We unpacked that experience. We looked at how it went for them, what they experienced, and then we brought all these people. We added another 25 people. And in this room, we were piloting 5 different puzzle escape rooms. Each one completely radically different, but all based on the idea that everyone's going to collaborate, communicate effectively, and really think about what they need to learn better.
Okay, so quick question for you. Can I ask you questions? Okay, so escape room, I think immediately gamification, gamified learning environment, which is sort of like a mini project-based learning environment, experiential learning, which means that like you're going to have a lot of larger learning outcomes. It sounds like you had some things in mind already, leveraging collaboration, leveraging a dispersed knowledge framework, leveraging a kind of collective knowledge building. However, in any kind of experiential learning environment, you're going to have a lot of elements that maybe you didn't even see, you know. How do you go about documenting, reflecting on that part?
So we're working that out, but I think one of the things we're thinking about now is when they go into escape rooms, there's things that you don't know are going to happen. They're unpredictable events. So the question is not necessarily for us, the documentation, it's what happens after the fact. And so right now we've been recording people. We've been having them do journaling and reflecting so that we can figure out not just how to get better the next time, but really think through how the things that they did are measurable so we can actually look at collaboration in real time and see what it looks like in this type of environment.
Very cool. And so this sounds sort of like ethnography, like studying an experience, taking your own notes and stuff. Once you compile all of these, what do you expect to find?
So, well, we're not really sure yet, but I think what we're, yes, we're figuring that out. But right now we're trying to create some open ed resources for teachers to take this experience on the road and do it in their own classrooms.
So how did you know that you come from High Tech High, heavy project-based learning environment, heavy teacher collaboration, heavy student collaboration. How did you know from looking at escape rooms from the outside that this was something you wanted to get into right away?
Because they're fun. There's parameters, and they require a whole lot of critical thinking and collaboration. And so for anyone who does projects, you know that there's a time commitment. You know you have to do something. And today we explicitly created an exhibition of learning where people had to experience learning themselves and then exhibit to others. And that is essential in any type of learning environment. Who's the audience? And so we knew when we're creating an escape room here that those elements had to be the same because we knew that that happens in schools all the time.
The stem from this quick conversation was from a conversation we're having about podcasting. You have your own podcast. How do people find you and find what you're working on? Can you plug yourself out?
So we just started a podcast called The Word in Ed. It's on SoundCloud. It's called Word in EDU on Twitter. And basically we decided to start a podcast thinking about what are the big topics that are coming up in education, and we tackle them. Our next big word of the month is called Beyond the Thunderdome. And what does that look like in education? And let's riff on that, and we bring in people to talk about what does Beyond the Thunderdome or superhero or risk actually look like in schools, and let's talk about it.
Thank you.
Is that okay?
Yeah.